Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the American Shutdown Live. Actually, it's the America, I would say, lockdown. Thanks for joining me tonight, and I'm just gonna give you an update, summary of all the stuff that's happening so far. Hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys are surviving in this time, and I hope everything's cool with you guys. I'm also live on the chat room on there, so if you guys want to chat, I'm live here to hopefully respond and answer your questions on here. Currently, right now, we're looking at the totals. Actually, this morning it was down to 846 or 44, and then I had to redo it because it jumped up to 857 now. I mean, it was this afternoon. It was 855, and now look at the total on that. It's very crazy. But this is live right now on the total numbers on these things. It's just really crazy. And by the time I get off tonight on this air, I'm sure the the totals will be even higher on that. So doesn't look good, guys. Doesn't look good on there. So I hope you guys are staying safe. I know a lot of you guys are being quarantined. You guys are on lockdown and either working from home or been laid off from jobs. I'm sorry to hear that. I talked to some people, especially some of the people that I know down in contact down in Guam, and he's going through the same thing too. So he's actually home, actually working from home. It's kind of crazy on there. Hey Patricia, thanks for joining. She says, "Do you see the waterfall that disappeared in Ecuador? It's a sinkhole." No, I didn't see that, but maybe I'll check it out and cover that story on there. Thanks for letting me know on that. Before I go into one thing is I was setting up tonight. There was some breaking news that happened. One thing was a the Idaho earthquake. I don't know if you guys knew that, but there you go. Idaho. It says they just got hit by a 5.6. I mean, a 6.5. Sorry, 6.5 magnitude down in Idaho. I mean, have you ever heard such a thing? I mean, I never heard Idaho being an earthquake, but this is a huge one, bro. This is a huge one. 6.5 magnitude. This just happened. I would say probably about maybe about an hour ago, and it's very crazy. See here. Pam says, "What about Omaha, Nebraska? What's going on in Omaha, Nebraska? Let us know, Pam." So, as you know, in Idaho, there's the I would call it Yellowstone. Yellowstone, it's near there. Yellowstone volcano, which is not a good thing for a big earthquake like that to happen, because if that happened, then you can just imagine what would happen on Yellowstone if it erupts. So that's a close watch on there. I actually have a couple friends who live down in Idaho that actually wanted to get out of California because they're so tired of all the stuff that's happening, and so they're hoping to get away from all that and move down to Idaho. And now, can you imagine that? Just packing up from California and try to have a decent life because it's so expensive in California. And then all of a sudden, you have this huge earthquake that happened, a 6.5. I mean, that's pretty huge on there. Patricia says, let's see here. Simologics in Arizona felt the waves before it hit Idaho. Interesting. So does that mean that they felt the shaking in Arizona before it hit Idaho? I don't know. Let me know on what you think on that. So that's a Breaking news right now as we speak, Idaho hitting with this huge earthquake on there. So I'm just gonna leave that on the screen for a bit because it's so fresh and it's so crazy that's happening on there. Sorry for the little feedback on that's happening on there. I think it's a light thing happening. But let me give you the totals right now as far as what's happening on this epidemic. Excuse me. It says worldwide right now is 857. 857 487, pretty high on there. Recovered was 178, and the deceased is about 42,000. As you know, right now the U.S. is at the top right now at 188,713 as the numbers go up on there. Italy's at 105, 792. Spain's at 95,923. And then China's at 81,518. Germany's at 71,808. France is at 51,487. Iran's at 44,606. The UK's at 25,150. Switzerland's at 16,597. Turkey's at 13,531. And the list goes on here. You can actually check it out on the either on the Google website, but also the John Hopkins ones. They covering it, I guess 24/7 with the updates. I know they had a crash not too long ago on there, and they were, I believe, it's either updating their sites or something like that because they're getting so many people watching the current, totals. So let me know while I'm showing you all these things that is happening in your town right now. It looks like we're getting more people online now. Let's see here. Kimboja, welcome. She says she loves Arizona. We love Arizona too. Skies Love 7. It says that I've been feeling the ground shake for months in my bed in California, waking up dizzy and dizzy. Yeah, it's a lot of things going on. Patricia says meteor hit Nigeria overnight. Interesting. And then Pam says, I don't hear your answers on Omaha, Nebraska. I don't know. Omaha, Nebraska. What's going on there? Let me know what you mean by that. It says Edwin. It says that is beautiful. The U.S. there are a lot of people that travel and from. And then Foxy says, I hear a dry cough. Yeah, you know what? It was kind of weird. Before I got online, I was fine, and now I have some kind of cough thing going on here. Maybe it's because of the air or something like that. Who knows, right? I'm feeling okay. I'm fine. Jason says, are you feeling all right? Yeah, I'm feeling okay. Let's see here. Patricia says, no, it's the Python spirit. Well, we just rebuke that stuff. It says, drink it, water. Yep, that's right. That's what Foxy says. Thank you guys. I want to thank you guys for joining in tonight. And I'm just going to share some of the stuff that's happening. One thing I wanted to share as we go further on there. Let's see here. Where should we start? There's so much stuff. Oh, yeah. I want to share this interesting thing here. This is... Here, let me pull that up here. Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry, but since we're in the topic on this one here, um, what you see here is let's see here. As you know, in certain places, um, there was some shutdowns, and churches are one thing. Here's a pastor Rodney Howard Brown. I didn't think I was going to do that one first, but it just came up. Sorry. But anyways, most they were told a lot of the churches, because of the social gathering and stuff like that. They first they came down to like a 200 meeting, then it was like all the way down to 10 meetings and stuff, and then the numbers went down. In Florida, they had a thing where they were actually doing checkpoints on basically making sure people aren't out and all this stuff. But anyways, as you know, he holds. I gotta hide this picture here. Sorry. As you know, some of the churches aren't able to meet. Well, actually, I would say a lot of the churches. I don't know about basically overseas and stuff, but I know in the U.S. I would say all the churches aren't able to meet, so they're either live streaming it or going on Zoom and having a smaller congregation, live streaming on Facebook Live and so forth. But anyways, the picture I showed you was actually a church down in Florida, and they were live streaming, and they were still having people. I would say over 200 or more and stuff like that. Let me just find the exact article on that. But anyways, he was told by them. Here it is. Here's the information. So it's a Florida mega church pastor was arrested for holding services, basically defying the social distance order. And so basically, he had numbers of people. He actually, see here, officials arrested the pastor of the mega church after detectives say he held 2 Sunday services with hundreds of people, violating the safe at home order, limiting the spread of the epidemic. And so it says that according to the records, the picture I just showed you, the pastor himself, the authorities came and took him in the afternoon and arrested him. So they're getting pretty intense, folks. I mean, about arresting people that don't obey, I guess, the rules of not holding gatherings and stuff. Let me see if I can pull all that up here. Okay, yeah. So what you see here is the gathering of what the pastor had. He had a whole bunch of people on there and stuff, and I mean, if you think about a church, it's hard to say on this one here because you're trying to preach the message, you're trying to bring some goodness and what's happening and pray for people and all this stuff. So I don't know the full story. I'm not going to judge the guy, but this is what happened. So he was holding services, but the scary part is that they were having detectives going and investigate the situation. And so this is an actual shot of the picture of all these people gathering. And somewhere in the article, it says that he was obeying the 6 feet, 6 foot or whatever, the guidelines on there and stuff. And as you can see the picture there, people are pretty close together. So anyway, so that's the scoop on that. So bottom line, what I'm trying to say is that they're getting pretty strict on that one. So yeah, so you got to be careful on that, folks. On there, another one that happened since we're in the topic of that. Let me can find here. Sorry about this here. Oh yeah, here it is. Another one was the picture here. What you see is this is the DC mayor was threatened jail time because she left her house. This is a news article here that said that because of this person just leaving their house, and you know, sometimes you just want to get out of the house. But anyways, the article says that Washington D.C. mayor is a was arrested um, for violating the stay-at-home order of the epidemic, and so basically she was arrested from that, and they came a few hours from Maryland and Virginia, so they're tracking down on these things here. So that's the picture on that. I don't want to judge on these things, but they just popped up. Sorry. So, anyways, so that's the scoop on that. The person was arrested because of that, and that's pretty sad. You know, just because you're leaving your house and stuff. So, sure enough, that's what's going on there. Let me just clear my screens here for a second here. Bear with me for a second. That's not what I wanted to show you, but let me see if I can find that picture for you because it was a really cool picture I had. Let me see if I can find it manually. Sometimes computers never work the way you want it to work, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, let me show this to you here as I get myself settled here. There we go. All right. This is a cool shot here. Now, down in New York, this is a shot here. So if you can see the Empire State Building, it's got a red siren on there. I thought it was pretty cool. I was trying to get the video on there, but so what it says is the Empire State Building debuts the red siren light, and they put this up, I believe, today. As you can see, some of the cams and stuff, you'll see this big yellow red siren thing on top of Empire State Building, which is pretty cool. So it's a sign of saying help, help. So I thought it was pretty kind of cool seeing this. You know, it's one thing we need to really pray for New York for the situation that's happening there. It's not, it's very sad, you know, and there's a lot of pressure happening on that. New York is a very crowded city, and a lot of people aren't used to actually staying home. You know, they're used to being about. And I saw some of the cams, you know, the live cams and stuff of New York. You could probably see them now. That shows the Times Square. It's like hardly any people walking around, and usually that's always packed. People walking, and they're known for basically the city that does not sleep. You know what I'm saying? So this is a shot of or a picture. I'm not going to say shot. You got to watch yourself. But this is a picture of New York. I thought it was pretty cool on there, but it's representing the state they're in right now for saying help. So our prayers go out to them for sure. So I just wanted to share that picture on that for you guys. Let me see here. Oh, another interesting thing, since we're going into a situation here. Now here in Las Vegas, let me see if I can pull that up for you guys. Okay, so what you're looking here is Las Vegas in the situation of the homeless. They call it the Las Vegas parking places for the homeless to encamp. So they're right there. They're actually marking spots for the homeless to have 6 feet of inches for them to be apart, even regarding that. Now, down in Las Vegas, that's another place that's, that has a lot of people walking around and stuff. And if you look at the former, if you look at the live cams and stuff, you'll see like the streets are empty. Nobody's walking there. Las Vegas is known for a lot of the casinos. A lot of people go out at night. There's a lot of shows. There's a lot of activities happening, but now there's like nothing happening there. And it's a picture right here is the homeless people there, and they're having them in spaces, as you can see there. So there's a conscious on regarding spreading, what the epidemic on there. So that's a picture on there. So I wanted to share that to you guys on there so to keep them in prayer and, definitely watch over them on there. And so before I go there, let me check the, let's see here. Foxy says, city that didn't sleep. Interesting. We need the plasma. Interesting. So, yeah, interesting on the situation that's happening there. The interesting part I want to share with you guys also, beside all that stuff, there's some weird stuff happening as well, and a lot of interesting stuff here. And speaking of those things, as you can see this shot here, let me see if we can pull that up here. Okay, so if you guys heard of, for a while, people were talking about this, triangular UFO thing. It's kind of, that's the actual shape of it. It's like a triangular with lights and stuff like that. So for a while, I know they were reporting these things. They were saying they were seeing sightings of these. They call flying objects in the areas and stuff like that. And they disappeared for a while, and all of a sudden they're back. And this shot here was recently, I believe, either today or a couple days ago. But they someone has reported and shot another one of these things flying in Texas. So, what's your thought on it? Is this a UFO, or is this like a like a new type of drone, or a science fiction thing, or a new spacecraft, or whatever it is? But I don't know. I can't really say what it is, but I can say that it's popular and it's popping up again. So there you have it. A lot of weird stuff is happening, folks, on there. So the triangular UFO spotted over Texas and the lights above it. So they call it that. So what's your thought on that? Interesting. Okay, and then another weird stuff I want to share with you, and is this here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm gonna pop this up here. Now you're probably saying, "What the heck is that?" Okay, so how the story goes on this one here is that people are reporting seeing sightings of Mother Mary, and so they described it on the posting of this as Mother Mary appearing in the sky. So this is an actual shot. I'm not going to say shot. Sorry, this is an actually picture that somebody took in the skies, and this is kind of blurry, and this is, I guess you can see it's cropped on there, but the person who took the picture of it described it as a sighting of Mother Mary, and for a while, which is interesting, is that we've been hearing sightings of Mother Mary and Jesus and whole bunch of different angelic presence and stuff like that happening. So what's interesting is that these supernatural things are happening again in this season. So what do you think that is? Is it just a sun flare or or sun? But if you look like far away on that, it looks like some kind of object or picture on there. So does this remind me of Mary, Mother Mary? I don't know. We'll see, right? So we're just gonna put this one up here, or maybe it's an angelic thing. I don't know. Let's see what your comments are here. Let's see here. Foxy said, Dennis says, interesting picture. Foxy says, it's a rocket, colors are gases. Interesting. You know, it could be. Um, let's see here. Foxy says, I like Mary and Jesus theology, but the flippin' rockets hurts through the glasses. So, so Foxy says it's a rocket that was launched. Dennis says that rocket launch seems close. Let's see here. Penny says they can be blended with light. Interesting. Yeah, it could be. So we'll see. We'll see what it is. So that's a weird thing that's happening, folks, on this timeline of what's happening today. So I'm just going to close that one out and get you some more new interesting things that are happening here. Okay, so like in interesting what's happening overseas, where the epidemic happened. Now there's a new thing that came in the grapevine that pop up was these the Chinese researchers isolated deadly um, bat in this near the marketplace where the whole thing started. So that this is a new one that's popping up here on there. So this is hot off the press. So that's a real ugly looking thing here. So there's like a another virus thing that's popping up around there. So just let you know, pop that off there and say goodbye on that. So that's some weird stuff on that. Weird stuff. Weird stuff. All right. All right. So there's more stuff that I'm going to cover, by the way, and then I want to pop into this more things on what's happening here. I forgot to mention the totals on the Netherlands. Netherlands are 12,595. Austria is at 10,088. South Korea is at 9,786. Canada is at 8,579. Speaking about Canada, by the way, I talked to somebody that I know down in Canada, and they were telling me that they were blocking off some of the roads and stuff like that, where they're not letting anybody come in and stuff. And they were letting only few trucks go by. And in fact, those are of you who are into the logistics side of actually e-commerce or selling stuff or trying to sell stuff to Canada, you may find it very hard on logistics and sending, shipping things out at different places. But finding that Canada was one of the places that's hard to ship right now because they're really blocking things off of there and stuff. So they're not letting anybody come in and not letting people go out. So Canada is on that. So I don't know if that's still happening. I think so, but maybe some of you guys may know more on that. But my buddy told me that last spoken to me told me that was it. And when I spoke to him, the totals on the 8,579 wasn't even that. It was like 2,000 or something like that. Now it's up to 8,000. Okay, so moving on Portugal. Portugal's at 7,443. Brazil's at 5,717. Israel is at 5,358. Um, Austria is at 4,763. Norway is at 4,599. Sweden is at 4,435. Czechoslovakia is at 3,257. Ireland, I haven't seen Ireland for a while, but it says Ireland's at 2,910. Denmark, okay, Denmark's at 2,815. Malaysia is at 2,766. Chile's at 2,449. Russia's at 2,337. Romania is at 2,245. Poland's at 2,015. 2,215. The Philippines at 2,084. And then Ecuador's at 1,966. Japan's at 1,953. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing here. And those of you who just turned in here, this picture, by the way, if you just tuned in here, not too long ago, I would say probably an hour, probably an hour and a half, about 5 o'clock, there was a 6.5 that hit Idaho. Now, a 6.5 is like a major earthquake, folks. So in Boise, Idaho, it was like 78 miles northeast of Boise, Idaho, and you can see the picture where the epicenter was on there. So near Twin Falls and different areas there, but also Idaho is actually next to or close to Yellowstone, so that gives a big warning on that. So I wouldn't doubt if there are some activities happening in Yellowstone as well. So I'm just going to pull that off of there. Okay, so let's speaking about coughs, I want to share this one thing here. This article here. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, so this one goes basically what happened here. Let me just pull up the article here. And this one comes down to, it says a Brooklyn man coughs on a FBI agent during the price of arrest or something like that. So he was arrested for coughing on the FBI. I don't know why he would do that, but he was arrested on there. It says the Brooklyn man coughed on the FBI agent, then told him he had the epidemic, arrested him, da da da, and he was wearing a N95 respiratory and medical whatever. So be careful who you cough on. That's the moral of the story here. Make sure you're not coughing on an FBI guy or person. So that's interesting down there. Thought I'd share it to you. It's kind of interesting. Here's the latest on the let me see if I can pull that one up here for you guys. Let's see, did I pull that off? Okay, yeah, I did. Okay, so what I was looking at, here it is. I'm gonna pull that up here. Okay, there you go. Okay, so the epidemic, they're saying now that it can travel. This one doctor or scientist or whatever says that this can travel up to 27 feet and stay in the air for hours. Can you imagine that? 27 feet up in the air and it stays for hours. So this thing here is not just an ordinary flu bug or whatever, but this thing actually stays up in the air for hours. 27 feet, that's pretty high. So I don't know if that's like the majority of a lot of people and stuff, but that is pretty crazy, folks. I don't know about you guys, but that's That's pretty gnarly on that. 27 feet. I'm going to read some of the article here on there. Now it says to stay 6 feet from others, stressed on there, and then pull that off here. And it says that the researcher professor said that they assume that the droplets of all sizes can travel to 23 to 27 feet. The other one said 27 feet up in the air, so 23 to 27 feet. I mean, that's a lot. So that's how far this thing can spread. So you may want to wear your mask. I advise it. I mean, some of you people might think I'm hokey by wearing it or asking it and stuff. In fact, last time we did this broadcast, I believe it was Wednesday. Person in Idaho, sorry, she said that she felt weird. And back then, I think it was last week, we were doing this broadcast here, and I was giving you an update back then, and the totals weren't that high compared to what it is now. But the person from Idaho, which is interesting, said that she went to the market and she got some masks and gloves, but she felt weird about wearing it because around her, nobody hardly was wearing it. And so my encouragement is that, if you feel like you're supposed to wear it, just wear it, just to protect yourself. It makes it, you just got to do what's safe for you. You know what I mean? So don't listen to what anybody else say that not to do because it's an end thing or it's going to make you feel embarrassed. You just got to do what you got to do for yourself. So stay safe on this stuff here, folks. Stay safe. Sorry about that. I had that for the longest on that. All right. Let's see, what is that? Okay. Yeah, that was the article here. So I'm not making this up. So you can see that what the article says here. It says the 6 foot, and this says 23 to 27 feet. And so this is what this person said, how far it is. So it's not something I made up. There you go. Wow. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. Sorry. By the way, the map that you're seeing right now, these are actual live maps that is happening right now. And you can see the, I'm going to try to magnify this without screwing it up. And so right here is Alabama. Right now that's happening here. It says now they have 644. Wow. I'm going to go down to Los Angeles, and for some reason it won't show it to me because I'm probably magnified too close on there. So anyways, going here. Okay, that's Arizona. Something happened in Arizona just now. Let's see, where's this one here? Texas. Okay. There's something going on in Texas. There's not a count on there. Louisiana. Yeah, that's another place. Louisiana is really growing. Right now it says 91 cases on there. I think there's more than that. Sorry. And let's look at Florida. Florida, see, 2 people are tested. Let's see here. Miami flights. Oh, interesting. Miami International flights. Miami International Airport approves receiving flights from Europe. Interesting. Let's see here. Mexico, 2 people. Patients here. Mexico, it says it's up to 164. 164 cases on there. Let's see, I'm going to go up here, which I can't probably. Nope. Okay, 2 cases. The ground presence here. What is that? Interesting. Okay. North Carolina. Interesting. Florida again. North Carolina. Sorry about that. I shouldn't have zoomed out that close, but you got the point. So all these blinking lights are actually cases right now. You can see live cases on there. Let's see, what's this one here? Oh, 19 in New Guinea. Let's see, where's this? Brazil. Okay. So we were reading about Brazil. This is here 48 confirmed new ones. So these are actual live cases right now, as you can see. See 19 234. Wow. In Brazil. Let's see here. They don't Peru. Let's see here. They don't know yet. Ecuador 57. Interesting. Colombia. I was reading something in Uganda. What is that? Panama. Wow. So you get the point on there. So it's interesting on there. By the way, the totals on there will increase because they're having more tests being brought out. Some places you may not see the totals on, like on the right hand side, you see New Guinea here one, and these different places is because of the testing. So they don't have enough going out there, or maybe they're in an area where there is no testing. I don't know. That's what I was told. So interesting. Looks like okay. Going to the chat rooms here. Looks like we're getting more people on there. Let's see. All right. All right. See, Foxy says breathe. Are you talking about me? Okay. Yeah, I am breathing. Okay. All right. So this is a lot of interesting things that are happening right now. Oh, I know. I forgot to share one other thing here, but I don't think I have the picture for that one. So I'll read it. How's that? Okay, this is interesting here. Whoa, just gonna bring this one up here. Maybe I'll take a little shot. I mean a snapshot of this one here so you guys can see it. Bear with me for a second. I'm just gonna try to get a snapshot of this so you guys can see it. All right, I got it. Here we go. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is it says that the captain of the aircraft carrier regarding the epidemic outbreak pleads for help from the Navy. So there's a aircraft carrier, nuclear aircraft carrier with about 100 sailors that are infected, folks. So the captain of the aircraft carriers is asking for help because there's 100 sailors that are infected, pleading on Monday. So these things are hitting everywhere. It says the aircraft carrier that's docked in Guam, actually. It says the outbreak of the crew more than 4,000 are lost a week ago. So there's currently 100 sailors that need help, and they have the the epidemic. So these things are pretty crazy, folks. That's happening. And wow, it's amazing. Very amazing. I don't know if you guys know, it's pretty crazy, but it's pretty crazy. So far, with all these things are happening, even as we speak tonight, just an hour before I actually did this broadcast. So you get a huge earthquake down in Idaho, a 6.5 earthquake, and then you have all these weird sightings with aircrafts, and then people saying supernatural stuff happening, which is very, very crazy stuff that's happening. So, what is your guys' input on this whole thing? I mean, it's pretty crazy. Okay, so Young Petty says the island of, let me see, the island of Bermuda, 32 confirmed. I was going to mention that because they don't say anything about Bermuda. But I'm glad you said it. Young Buddy just mentioned about that. So Bermuda, 32 cases on there. Interesting. I was reading somewhere on Aruba, there were some too. And where's that? Costa Rica, there's some too. I think there was like 1,000 or something like that. I'm not sure. But there were some cases on there. So don't mark me on that. Oh, yeah, by the way, Panama, 1,000. Going back here again. India, I didn't mention about India, did I? Oh, let's go here. So Saudi Arabia, there's a 1,563. Indonesia, there's 1,528 cases. India again is 1,397. Finland's at 1,379. South Africa is at 1,353. Greece is at 1,314. Panama is at 1,181. Iceland, interesting. Iceland's at 1,000. I'm sorry, 1,135. Mexico's at 1,094. Peru's at 1,065. Argentina is at 966. Singapore is at 923. Colombia is at 906. Croatia is at 867. As you know, Croatia, they had that huge earthquake there, so now they're having some totals on there as well. Hong Kong's at 7,000. I'm sorry, 714. Egypt's at 710. New Zealand is at 647. Morocco's at 617. Let's see here. Picking some numbers here for you. Oh, here it is. Costa Rica's at 347. Taiwan's at 322. Let's see here. So the least one I'm looking at from these totals, I mean, the numbers goes on and on and on and on. So thank you for mentioning about Bermuda on there because I don't see anything on any charts there. It's kind of interesting. They don't say anything. Interesting. Oh, here it is. Actually, I did find out. Okay, so my totals according to Bermuda is 27. So the numbers went up by 2 on there, and they were saying it was 22. It's actually 27 now. So 27 total on Bermuda. Let's see here. New Guinea, only one, and then I can't even pronounce his name here. Terra Vista, whatever. So there's only one on there. The Virgin Islands in 3. Interesting. So now you know where the places to go if you don't want it. Kind of crazy, but it's far away on those things, sir. Wow. Let's see here. Penny says they are still spraying us like bugs. So where is that, Penny, by the way? Can you let us know where they're spraying? Let's see here. Interesting. So while totals are going up there on there, I definitely let me know what you guys think. I mean, as far as this whole isolation things, people are getting pretty I would say anxious on there. Oh, Dennis says Dennis. This is Wisconsin. What about Wisconsin? Are you from Wisconsin? Go Wisconsin, huh? So Julie Geffen says, me too, Colorado. Okay, interesting. So let me know what's going on in Colorado too. I have a friend who down in Colorado as well. So how's the totals on Colorado? What's going on there? Is it you guys have a lockdown there too as well? So earlier I was speaking about my buddy down in Guam, and so they're on lockdown as well. So they're working from home. Offices are closed. Um, the places in Canada, I talked to some people that were working from home as well, and then all the way down in Georgia. I just talked to someone in Georgia. I think it was Monday, yesterday actually, and they were saying that it's pretty quiet there too. There people, are walking around and walking their dogs and stuff like that, but not much happening there. But there is a lockdown and stuff like that happening there as well. So interesting. It's a young putty says I am from Bermuda. It's 32. Interesting. So the numbers went up. See, as we speak, the numbers go up because my totals here said 20. What is it said? It said 27 or something like that. And now he said there's 32. I don't know. The numbers keep going on. Like I said, by the time when I get off the air, the totals will differ again. It's amazing how much the totals change so quick on that. Isn't that amazing? Okay, okay. Now rumors have it that this whole thing will die down by Easter. I'm hoping, but we'll see, right? So Penny says a lot of sprain, yes, lockdown at certain points. So is that happening? Oh, okay, so I think she said that she's in Colorado, so they're having sprain. Wow. In Bermuda, wow. They're hey, yeah, buddy. Thanks for that's your screen name. Thanks for joining in tonight and letting us know what's happening in Bermuda on there. 32. Interesting here. So Dennis says only 3 in my country, but in a question mark. So Dennis, let us know what are you talking about? Where exactly are you talking about? There's only 3. You can let us know. Appreciate it. Oh, Joe, I didn't see that. So I'm looking at some of the comments here. I hope you guys don't mind. Joe Stevens says, thanks for reporting. Hey, thanks a lot, Stevens. Thanks, Joe, for tuning in. I appreciate the compliments and stuff like that. I really appreciate it and stuff. By the way, you guys, if you're new to the channel, you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Appreciate it. Um, so we can keep you tabs and let you know what's going on. By the way, the if you're new to the channel, I try to report some new stuff that happens right, I would say, hot off the press when things are happening and stuff. So some of the stuff is not reported on the major news and stuff like that. So I try to keep it fresh as possible on that and stuff. So I appreciate on that. So make sure you subscribe on the channel. Let me know on the comments. Let me know what you think, how I can improve and everything. I'm sorry for the lag time on the software and stuff. Could be also, they're saying because of the internet speed, because everybody's so much online now that the internet speed is kind of like very slow. They said even like on YouTube and YouTube and Netflix that they downgraded on the quality of it because of the lag time because of so many people being on on the net. So it's very very hard to do that. So okay, Young Putty says no problem. I appreciate the acknowledgement. Bless your hearts of your valuable information. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it, Young Putty, for that. And Dennis Andrews says, I love this channel. Let you know things nobody else puts out. Hey, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thanks for your compliment. I really do on that. So I try to keep it real, it's kind of interesting going back to this UFO thing with the triangle thing. It's been pretty popular, then it disappeared, now it's back again. And these different sightings and stuff like that. Also, I know that there was a volcano that happened with the different parts as well. So there's some activities happening on there as well. The weather's been kind of weird. I know there's some floods and happening in different places. Also, I think I posted up on the channel on what Dolly Parton said about, what did she say? She said the light, and it was a really cool message that she had about, that she believes that this whole virus thing is from God, and that it's basically teaching us to love one another. And yeah, I was talking to a person today, and they're saying that interesting that that everything that we love to do, like go to concerts or go to sports events, or even social parties, or even at the beach, some of the beaches and parks and stuff. It's like everything is closed off, so all we can do is pretty much be in our homes and pray, So, my prayer is that this whole thing will go away soon, and I'm hoping that it'll go away by by Easter, but we'll see. We'll see on that. I heard someone mention today, and I don't know exactly where I heard this from, but they're saying that I think it was in the UK somewhere that they would have to text the government, to get groceries. That they can't just go out and get groceries. They have to text the government and say it's okay to go out for groceries. That's pretty crazy, folks. That's pretty crazy. But I also noticed the some of the grocery stores now that the parking lots have been pretty empty on there, and that they're limiting as many people going in there now. So before it was pretty crazy, everybody's stocking up and getting toilet paper and everything. but now everything is kind of slowed down a bit, and now there's not much of a panic. And I mean, people are still getting toilet paper. Like I was talking to somebody that they had toilet paper and all of a sudden it was gone. Within and there was not one person buying toilet paper. That's for sure. They were all buying toilet paper, but it was in this pack. So interesting. So Penny says, thank you for letting me chat. Real. God bless you guys. Take care, everybody. Hey, thanks for joining. Penny, letting us know what's going on. I really appreciate it. This really helps when you guys chat, and letting us know where you guys are, because that way we know the truth of what's going on, in your area, because sometimes the news won't cover exactly the area, or sometimes they get delayed information. Like sometimes my information is lagged on time. So by the time this is uploaded and gone, the totals will be different again. Wow, interesting. Okay, so Paul says that can't be true about the epidemic spreading 27 feet. Interesting. Yeah, you're right. You're right. If it was 27 feet, that means a lot of people will be affected. Will all be affected. So that is truth on that. So it's interesting that you just imagine, that maybe pretty much everybody's affected, huh? And we just don't know it. So here's so let's get into some good news. How about that? Some of the people that I talked to that have been pretty healthy or avoiding what it is they've been taking a lot of vitamin C, taking a lot of water and juice, lemon, and um, apple cider vinegar in their water, and that seemed to help. Okay, so Dennis says that the county of Wisconsin, interesting. Well, I'm glad the Wisconsin's not having a huge hit on as far as a lot of people there. So that's good. I thank you for reporting that. Sorry for that water shot, by the way. So I didn't know I didn't mute that part. So, anyways, let's see here. He also says that Mother Nature is getting pissed. Yep, it seems that way, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna look at some of the quotes, some of the ones that I missed here. Okay, so looks like we're getting here. Let's see. Hugo says, "Don't listen to these gang stalkers." Okay, interesting. Wow, wow, interesting, interesting, interesting. So, going back to these things. Okay, one person I spoke to mentioned that what they seemed to help them regarding this was well, one thing they were saying to wash your hands and everything, but also that they were telling me that to what was it, wash your hands, wash your face, and that oh, okay, you're gonna like these. This is, I just remembered, this is someone new from today that I spoke to, and they were telling me that actually they took a t-shirt because he didn't have a mask. So what he did was he took a t-shirt and he cut the sleeves off, and then he put it, he kind of stretched it and he put it around his face, and it seemed to work. So I don't know about that theology, but he said it seemed to work really good for him. So that's I guess a food for thought on that one here. So interesting. Okay, so that reminds me, by the way, and I don't have this picture on this one, but maybe I can find it for you. But one thing was kind of interesting, folks, was the um, the site on monkeys. I think it's in somewhere in Thailand or somewhere where the animals are going crazy. So not only that these are this whole thing affecting us humans, but it's also affecting our animals. So in this place, I think it's in Thailand or somewhere in Indonesia, but all these monkeys are going out of control. Basically, they're stealing food and disturbing a lot of peoples and stuff like that. So you got that happening. That happened, I think, today or a day before on there. So that's reported on that. But also, I read something also about goats. This is, I think, in Wales. There's something about that. You guys may know about that. Maybe I'll do a story on this one here. But there's out of control goats in Wales that are happening on there. But then also, as you know, situation I think I did it in the last live broadcast was in in San Francisco, where there's a lot of coyotes that are roaming around the streets, and I think that's still happening. I don't know, but coyotes roaming in the streets of San Francisco. That's another thing happening. But then also in New Orleans, they were having problems with rats. So there's a lot of rats invasions happening in there as well. But then you know about the pestilence that are happening on the grasshoppers. I'm sorry, locust invasion that's eating the crops and stuff. So that's still going. They haven't talked much about it, and I did a story on that one. You can look in the archives, but that's happening as well as we speak. Um, I don't know if they took care of that, but that's happening. So with all these things happening, the animals are going crazy as well, and so is the pestilence happening as well. Interesting. So I'm trying to get the totals on right now what's happening on the earthquakes too, because I believe there is some activities happening on earthquakes right now as we speak, and I'll get you some of the totals of the live earthquakes that are happening. As you know, if you're just tuning in, um, Idaho is the big talk right now about the 6.5 earthquake that's happened. And Idaho is not, I never heard of a 6.5 happening in Idaho, but sure enough, that happened. So let's see here. Okay, so as we speak, let me see if I can get this one here for you folks. So as we speak right now in Idaho, just 22 minutes, there's a lot of aftershocks that are happening. So it started off with a 6.5 and it came down to a 4.4 and then a 3.3. That's the latest on there. So they're having a lot of aftershocks happening right now as we speak. So near Nevada, there was a 2.7 that happened there. And then down in Oklahoma, not too long ago, there was a 2.0 earthquake that happened there. Tennessee, 2.0, 2.8, they call it 2.8, so it's close to that. And then, as he said, Nevada, that's happening is there as well. Puerto Rico, they're still having some shaking there as well. So 2.8, which is the 3. Down in Tonga, there's a 4.8. So that means there's definitely a lot of activities happening there. Interesting. So tonight, the I would say the earthquake things that are happening is all Idaho, which something awakened and is just going crazy right now. I'm just looking at the reports of it, just like like 2 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, 2 hours ago, and they're all like a 3 point, 2 point, 4 point, so forth here. Um, and they all started from the 6.5, which it says exactly 3 hours ago. Sorry, so since 3 hours ago, which is probably about maybe 5 o'clock or so, there's been a lot of aftershocks after that as we speak. And then there's fresh ones that are happening, like a 3 point and so forth. So, like I said, something's definitely happening there, that area. Oh, let me see. I just saw something. Okay, I saw something about the geyser. There was an activity happen. And as you know, Idaho, oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, that's California. Sorry. Well, anyways, as you know, Idaho is very close to um, Yellowstone. So, as you know, I've been covering that story on Yellowstone for a long time on there. So, let's see if I can get a snapshot of this so you guys can see. Gosh. Okay, let me get a snapshot so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about here. Okay, upload it. What's great is this whole thing's live, so I'm showing you some live things as we speak. And unfortunately, there's some downtime because I have to upload it and find it and show you guys. So bear with me. I'm sorry. If I can find it right here. Okay, here he goes. Okay, there we go. Now, as we speak, just gonna hide my face here. So this is the epicenter right there. That's where the 6.5 earthquake. Let me see if I can bring back to that old thing here. Okay, there we go. Bingo. That looks pretty, huh? That's amazing what you can do nowadays, huh? So anyways, so you can see the 6.5 earthquake that happened in Idaho, which is right here. This old part here, you can see my little marker here. So from there, there's some aftershocks happening there, and that just started, like I said, 3 hours ago. And let's see here. Let me see something. Oh, I wish I can get that for you guys. When I was covering those stories, I know I can get Yellowstone out for you guys, but for some reason I can't right now. Let's see if I can get a close up. Okay, maybe I can do this. All right, this is a good one here. Let me take this shot here. I mean this this snap for you guys here. I hate that using that word shot. Because okay, there we go. And I'll let you know. Let me get this going here for you guys for a second. Okay, here we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is why I think it's important for what I'm saying regarding this whole thing happening is that you're looking at the epicenter of the earthquake here, right? There's Yellowstone right here. So you can technically put this map over here and you can see where they would hit. So I don't know if they know exactly what caused the earthquake, if it's basically a movement, or it could be, let's say that this earthquake was caused by Yellowstone, something that's happening underneath that would cause a awakening. Because look, let's just make this a little bigger. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So here's the epicenter, which would bring it close to, my God, right here, right there. And you can see how close Yellowstone is. So Yellowstone would actually be right over there. So I'm thinking this thing that happened like not too long ago could have been triggered by Yellowstone here. Now, I just talked to somebody, we just chatted here, that felt the tremors down here in Arizona. So they felt it in Arizona, and look how straight down here from Utah and from Yellowstone it is, how close it is. Well, I wouldn't say close, it isn't really close, but you can see from here and here. So, folks, I mean, from 3 hours ago, could this be activated by Yellowstone? Something that's happening on Yellowstone volcano? I bet you anything, if we saw a live cam of Yellowstone, we would see some activities. But right now, I don't think you can because it's too dark. Let me see if I can get that for you. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? I don't think you can because it's like nighttime now, so you won't see it. But I bet you anything, if it was during the day, we would see some we would see some activities happening there for sure. Okay. So I'm getting a message that Yellowstone is closed off because of the epidemic. Oh, but let me see if I can pull up this thing here. Wow, this is interesting. So right now, let's see if I can pull this up for y'all. This is actually fun, folks. Okay, so they're closed, but let me see if I can get this thing going for you guys. Okay, there we go. All right. Praise God. Okay. What you're seeing here now is live from Yellowstone or Old Faithful. And so you can't see anything really because it's nighttime. And this happened 3 hours ago. So that means if right when it happened, I bet you anything we probably could have seen some activities happening. And we'll probably see some more activities happening because of the tremor that just happened. So something woken up. Something got woken up for sure. So so if you're seeing the map here, what I'm showing right now, here's the earthquake here. This is where it happened just 3 hours ago, 6.5. Here's Yellowstone, which is here live as we speak because there's the clock running. And this is nighttime, so this is really happening here. It looks like there is some activities, if you can see it. There's some steam coming up there, rolling there. And if it was during the day, I'm sure we can see a lot happening on there. So folks, this is breaking news, folks. This is interesting what's happening here right now as we speak. Wow. So I'm just going to close this off. Didn't think I'm going to talk about Yellowstone tonight, but this is what happened. And I'm just going to find out more research regarding this whole thing. So, all right. So I think it's almost time to sign off soon. So I want to thank you guys for listening tonight. And I'm just going to do a little short prayer for you guys. And by the way, if you guys into prayer and worship and seeking, I have a channel. It's called the Prophetic Worship Gathering that we broadcast live on Thursday night. So it's in one of the links there in the Real Thing TV. You can see it. So if you guys are into that and prayer and everything, please subscribe to that channel. And I'm gonna do this Thursday. I'm thinking of actually doing the same thing and having a soaking thing, but also having live prayer. So if you need prayer, if you know anybody needs prayer regarding anything, please subscribe on that channel. So we'll be broadcasting live Thursday night. I would say about 7 or 7:30 live on that channel. So that'd be more of a prayer thing and intercession and that kind of stuff. Real Thing TV is more of a news and letting you know what's going on there. So I appreciate those who've been listening and stuff. I'm just gonna get that one off here. Sorry. Bang there. So Lord, I pray, Father God, for everybody who's watching tonight, Lord, that you'd keep them all safe tonight. And Lord, if this whole thing is from you, Lord, show us what to do in this time and help us to be prepared. And I pray protection upon everybody tonight here. I pray for their families. I pray for my family and everybody. Just keep everybody safe. Show us what we're supposed to do at this time in this hour. And people, Dennis mentioned about let's see here, cancer treatment or some cancer treatment. So we just pray for those people who are going through cancer and stay until my phone dies. Wow. God bless you, Dennis. So I just pray for Dennis tonight. I just pray your healing, whatever he's going through tonight, Lord, that you just do a miracle for him. And I pray for a breakthrough from him. I pray, Father God, that any form of cancer, that you would heal him on that, Lord. And I pray, Father God, that you just do a miracle. Lord, I pray, Father God, you said that you would leave the 99 for the one. And so I pray for those tonight that are desperate tonight, that are desperate for you tonight, that you would reach the 99 for the one tonight. I pray that your angels would actually seek out and go after those people and rescue us. Rescue. That's the word. Rescue us tonight and keep us safe, please, God. I pray that from everybody, Lord, that are seeking. So I pray that in the name of Jesus, King of Kings, and those who aren't Christians, I understand. I just pray that God's will be upon you guys and keep you safe as well. So we're signing off tonight, and I hope you guys are safe and be safe in this time. And those who, if you feel like you're gonna have to wear masks, hey, do what's my advice is to, do what's good for you. Be prepared for yourself. Who cares what other people think? And just keep yourself safe and watch over yourself. And we'll meet again. I'll keep you posted regarding more stuff that's happening, and we'll keep you updated on regarding this America shutdown. God bless you guys. Oops, wrong picture again. I keep hitting that one there. Maybe it means something. Maybe it's a prophetic thing, right? I don't know. So, you take care. Take care, guys. And be safe. And again, thanks for listening tonight. Thanks for listening. I really appreciate you guys. Appreciate your comments. And take care, guys. Take care.